Thank you for listening to my YouTube channel, Dating Over 50. This is D Love, and I'm back again with Dre because we really need to talk about where we left off with this sex over 50. And I know the girls I talk to, we're not trying to fake an orgasm if we're not having one. We're not trying to be up on the ceiling over 50. Because again, we may have done that with the ex-husbands, the long-term relationships. And again, we're looking at it as what happened? What did that get me? You know, because a lot of women that I talk to, their sex drive is not as the same as it was before. You guys have already said our sex drive as women is usually not as high as yours to begin with. So now over 50, I'm looking like, you know, really, do we have to do this more than once a month? So my point is, you know, it's yes, once a month. So my point is that you're wanting me to. You made a comment about that we, you know, shouldn't say that it wasn't good. Well, then that means I'm making you think that something you're doing is working for me. And is that really what you want me to do? Or can I be honest and say, you know, hey, sweetie, that move you did, or the 1, 2, 3 thing you do, or we're in this rut of when do I get to have that honest and open conversation that says, I want this to be better, and I know we can do it better? Or do I just have to suck that up, pretend, fake the funk, and just be like, oh, baby, yeah, that was great? I mean, what do I get to do?
Okay. First of all, I did mention histrionics, right? Those are histrionics. No, we can see through that.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yes, we know histrionics better than you guys do. We even see it. We're looking down like, really? This is what you're going to do? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But here's the deal. I didn't say that you had to lie to me about anything. I didn't say that you had to.
You said that I should. But where does that get me?
Hold on. See, because here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
You asked me what you asked me about sex over 50. And I'm telling you what I'm telling you, that it's about your ego. Right? It's about my ego.
Uh-huh.
And our egos are way more fragile than yours. I don't even think you guys have them. Okay? But we do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, is it going to kill you to massage my ego? You already know that I can't do what I did in the beginning of the relationship. I know that as well. So, is it going to hurt you to massage my ego? You ain't got to tell me, oh, baby, that's the best thing in the world. No, we're not trying to hear that. What we're trying to do at the end of the day is if I can get there and I get there and we're together, or whatever reality of our situation is, that at the end of the day, when we're lying there afterwards,
Uh-huh.
you love me and I love you, and that's all that matters. Especially if you say what you say about, oh, our sex drive's not that high and we only want to do it once a month. So, okay, case in point. Let's say I went down on you and I'm doing oral to you, and it's like, but you're like, damn, I wish you stopped.
Sorry. Flashback. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
So, and you're not moving. So, and then you're trying different stuff and you're like, okay, that's just making it worse. Why not just have a conversation and tell him how you would like it done, so that he wouldn't be down there floundering and beating you up at the same time? Why not have the conversation? Why not say, hey, this don't work for me? Because again, that ego you're not you're not saying, hey, this don't work for me. You're saying, baby, if you did this, that would be better than doing that.
Okay, and this is a conversation I'm having days after. I'm not having this conversation immediately.
The next time he's down there,
okay,
that you're having that you're giving him instructions
okay,
while you're doing it.
Okay. Now, I got to tell you, part of the problem with that, to be honest with you, is a lot of women don't even know what it takes to get them an orgasm. When I tell you, I've talked to quite a few of my friends who, and it's funny, we don't talk about orgasms that much. We talk about sex and the frequency and how much he wants it and how much they don't. But when we really start talking about, are you having an orgasm? Most of them are not, because they've been in these marriages or these long-term relationships, and all they're thinking is, okay, if he can do 3 strokes a day and be done, I'm happy, right? Which we both know is not the way to sustain a relationship. But in dating, because again, what I'm saying is that at this age, we're now in a new relationship. So we're not in that old marriage or old long-term. So now it's somebody new, and we're trying to get to know each other, and we're trying to see how we can do this thing. So since I didn't learn from the ex-husband what really turned me on. Meaning he may have been able to do it, but it was so hit or miss that I didn't get a chance to know, it needs to be, 3 whatever on the whatever. And, I don't want to say all this on the channel. But, so it's like I barely know myself, right? So it could be where we're both learning my body again. And then, too, a lot of women are telling me, the ones who are very sexually active, is that their body has changed. So, like, the move that they know used to work, that G-spot has moved to the left, to the right. They don't know where it is anymore.
They get it.
Right, they know it's
because
there.
They had enough practice.
Right, they've had enough practice. But I was talking to this one lady, she's like, I used to know Donna, and I don't, D-Love, I used to know, and I don't know anymore. It's like, I can't even tell him how to do it because my body has changed because I'm over 50 and it's not,
But is she doing something to make it happen, though? That's the question.
Right. And so she says she does. She says she talks to him and tells him, what you need to do. And I'm with you. I agree with you that we need to be able to have that conversation. But like you said, to your point, it's the ego part of it that says, okay, I need to make sure that when I'm having this conversation, I'm doing delicately. I'm not just telling you wasting time. Like this isn't a job. You don't need to be done. So I know we need to do it delicately. But my thing to you, to your point, you're saying, well, tell the man or whatever. So I was like, I get that. But I don't want, should we feel as though you're the only one that needs to be, ego stroked, or you need to be satisfied? Don't I need to be satisfied as well?
Yes, you do. And just like I said before, my ego also is predicated on you being satisfied.
Okay.
So now, that's where you have the conversation. That's why, like, if I'm floundering this time and I go to do it again, that's where you need to say, hey, don't do this, do that. We're going to be okay, because at that point we get excited because we're like, oh, okay, she's going to show me how to make her come. Yeah, I'm going to make her come. Yes. We're excited because now you're giving us the roadmap.
Okay.
To how
so that's okay, because that's not a knock to your ego. That's more me telling you I want you to make me happy,
yes.
And this is how to do it, and that's your goal to begin with. How do I please my woman? And
right.
So now it's like, yes. But if we do it the other way, where now I'm trying to please you, and now, I'm sorry, now you're trying to please me outside of oral, and so now that's not working. That's a harder conversation.
Yeah, no.
Okay, we can't be giving
that is what
it
is. No,
it is what it is.
Well, you can't. Well, let me say it like this: unless you popping pills. If you popping pills, give directions.
Now, speaking of pills, how do you feel about pills?
Most guys want to do them.
Okay.
You want to do them because guess what?
Now, are you sharing that information? Are you letting your woman know that's what you do?
You have to let them know.
Oh, okay. Why do you have to let them know?
You don't want to start a fire.
Okay.
Just saying.
As we can tell, D-Love doesn't. It's totally oblivious to what he's talking about, but I think I'm picking up on context clues. So, okay, so that is something you share. I mean, you can't just be in the bathroom taking a pill and keeping it to yourself and then coming in there and trying.
Right, because there's no WAP.
Okay, gotcha.
I know people know WAP better. There's no WAP.
Okay, gotcha.
At this age.
Okay.
You know, very few. There are some, but few.
Now, have you found challenges with women? Meaning, we keep talking about the man where he can't perform as he used to. Do you find at over 50, the women that you're dealing with are having issues?
Absolutely.
Okay, and what issues are you running into?
I would say the biggest is dryness.
Okay, is that that doesn't get you can't pain? Okay.
With the dryness comes the pain, and
Gels don't work for that?
They do, but they're not. I don't know too many guys that would want to that kind of like that.
Okay.
I get it. It's good for the woman. It's good for the woman because at that point, you know, if you're popping pills and, you know, okay, let's just be honest. For most women, even in let's say 30s and 40s, they kind of lose the ability to have vaginal, whatever you call it. So it gets harder as you guys get older.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you could be there for an hour, and if you don't know that, hey, put this leg to the left or that leg to the left, or better yet, just do a back shot, or, you know, because you don't know, you could be there for an hour and not do anything.
Okay.
Right? It's the reality of it.
Right.
You know, but the dryness is a big issue. Dryness is a big issue, and sometimes when a woman hasn't had sex for a long time, well, you get one or two kinds. You get the ones that are super tight, and you're like, okay, yes.
So super tight isn't a good thing?
Super tight's not a good thing if you can't get in it, even with lube, right?
Oh, okay, all right.
Or you get the ones where it's like, hello.
I'm sorry.
And you already know what they're doing, because then it's like, wow, I can't compete with that.
What do you mean you already know what they're doing? They could have just been, they on the pole? Is that what you...
Yeah, they on the pole. It's plastic.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The toys. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
And I've heard women who talk about them not wanting to use toys without the man, because then when they get the man, it's just not the same. Like you said, you can't compete with that. But so my thing is more, the drives are different, I think. I mean, you know, some people say that, you know, at over 50 women, you know, they hit another peak, but I've yet to run into any women who hit that other peak. Usually that peak is in the 40s, and when they just like whatever's walking, they'll tie it down and do whatever. But I found most of the women I talk to, they're saying at this age, it's kind of like they just want to chill. You know, they want to appreciate the relationship and not necessarily have to be doing all this in the bedroom. But it's not that they don't want to. And it is more that we're being, I think, to me, it's that selfishness that's coming in that's saying, okay, you want me to do all this, but I'm not being satisfied. So why am I doing all this? And so I can't tell you I'm not being satisfied because your ego is so sensitive that I can't. So now I have to just go like, oh yeah, ooh. But at the same time, we know that you guys know at this age when we're not having true orgasms, where we're like totally faking it, because you know what it feels like, right?
Well, again, for a man, whereas with you guys, it's a little easier because your desire leaves.
Mm-hmm.
A man's desire never leaves. That's the whole deal. You want to come. You need to come. You know, you need that.
As a man.
As a man. So again, it doesn't necessarily matter how you do it. Just that you can't always be the one doing it.
Okay.
If that helps. You can't always be the one doing it. And that's why I'm saying that we need you guys to help us do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the desire is not necessarily just something in your brain. The desire is because of you.
So you're really desiring me still?
Yes.
Not just wanting to have sex and I just happen to be in the room?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not about... And once you get that desire hits you, and it's unrequited, it's kind of like, damn, really? It makes you mad.
Huh.
It's like, okay, man, that's okay. Next time I go to the bar and one of these little girls sniffing up around me, I'm gonna take her up on my offer. I'm gonna take her to the car.
Because I know what I have at home, or possibly don't have at home.
Well, I know what I'm gonna get when I go home,
Right.
so why not?
Huh.
Because I know that she ain't gonna ask to be with me because I ain't gotta worry about that no more. I ain't gotta worry about doing the short test. You know, where you come in, show me your drawers. I ain't gotta worry about
We
that
don't
now
care.
because you don't care.
That's terrible. Just terrible. Okay, women, I hope you're listening. We need to step up this game if we want to keep these men that we think are considered to be, loves of our lives or the
Yeah.
partners we want to be with. So, okay, we
I ain't getting you left out of here smelling like Irish Spring. Now you smell like zest. What happened? You're not getting that no more.
yeah, we're not following up behind you these days. This is true.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to end this right here because I have like 3 questions that came up during this last conversation that we need to talk about, and so we need another session. So this is D Love wishing you peace and love, and please subscribe, add any comments or suggestions below, and thanks again for listening.